Alright, ladies and gentlemen, Fab's in the house, and today I've got a pretty cool video for you here because we're gonna take a look at some pretty cool millings going on in some folders I happen to have here in my collection. But hey, don't forget to like the video and to subscribe to the channel if you're enjoying this kind of content. So let's check, for example, out this is a Shirogorov F95R Slim, and there's basically no milling on the scales, like internally. Of course, there's some chamfering on the outside, on the inside. There is some heavy skeletonization going on inside the scales, but per se, the scales, they have no milling. So this is like a flat surface, rounded edge, but there's no milling going on. So that would be like the first level of milling. And then, for example, we've got the Custom Knife Factory snafu 2.0 designed by Peter Rassenti, and you see also that these scales are flat. You see, it's flat, but they start to have like these 4 grooves milled out very, very nicely. You don't see the steps inside, so it's very, very smooth. Of course, you've got some jimping here in the back, and the lock side is just plain, so there's no milling going on. So it's a little bit simpler, of course, but you start to see some more milling going on. For example, this is a Peter Rassenti, it's a large Nirvana 3.0, and also the scales are flat, there's no rounding, no curvature on the scales, and you see also these pretty cool grooves going on here. They don't go around the spine, and they just are also replicated in the lock side of the knife. Very, very cool. It's a beautiful example of a large Nirvana 3.0. And then next up we've got the Steve Skiff knives. This is the Drifter. Really, really cool, worny, fantastic action, and the milling here, guys, is just it starts to become like pretty serious business, because you see these wavy lines really nicely done, very clean. Of course, you have this pivot collar both sides that has matching lines. Of course, this is rotating, it's spinning, let's say, but if you see, it aligns perfectly with this wavy pattern on the scales. And here we start to see a little bit of curvature, but that is made possible because there's 2 chamfers on this side, 1 and 2. So this side, the central part, is still flat. These are angled down but still flat, but this gives like more contouring to the scale. And if you check the back, you're gonna see that the lock side also is completely milled, like 100%, except for the side, like the sides over here, but all the surface is milled, even the lock bar cut out. Look at that, that's the relief, to be able to bend the lock bar. And there's milling going on even here. And of course, on the clip, which is matching and following the profile of the milling on the blade, on the scale. Truly fantastic. Next up, we've got Igor Olenikov Inspire, also titanium frame lock, also skeletonization going on the inside. Really, really lightweight, these 3.5 ounces. And again, you see a similar approach here with the central part, which is flat, and 2 chamfers on the sides to give this effect. And of course, it's going to be more comfortable in the hand because it's rounded off. And you have, of course, chamfers over here on the inside, and nice futuristic, like neural links kind of thing, like these are neurons, with the synapses connecting those cells. I mean, that's the first thing that comes to my mind, or like a circuit. You see like all the nodes and all the connection. It's a beautiful milling work done on both sides, not on the clip, but both sides are nicely milled. Another example you can check over here. This is the Holt Blade Works Specter Prestige version 3 with the bent starburst pattern, and it's a truly gorgeous one. You can see like from here that it's very, very thin and then widens up here and then bends down like into this fan, like bent fan kind of thing, and it's just gorgeous. Look at that. You see here it's wider and then gets very, very thin. And I love how, you see, you have a central part and two sides over here, but this central part, you can check it from here, it's curved. So that gives even more 3D-ness to the overall handle. Of course, the back, the lock side, is also milled, not the clip, which is Damascus. But look at the level of milling. It's crazy. Back spacer as well, so really, really cool one. Another one, we've got the Konig Knives Arius. This is the style 55 M390 blade. Really, really cool approach. Of course, you have internal milling as well. Look at those lightning pockets on the lock side, not so much on the show side, and that's why this is going to be a little bit on the heavier side. But check out these curved milled out areas, truly fantastic. You can even I don't know if you can appreciate the fine, really, really fine milling lines on the flats here. You can see, I don't know if you can appreciate, probably you have to put like 4K on, but look at that. You can actually see the wavy pattern here of the tool that was contouring this beautifully done 3D scale. This is like fully radiused, and you have some chamfers here. Look at this area, it's beautifully done. I mean, and this, you can see the raw titanium, and then you have like this dual tone finish, and nothing going on, just plain sleek and smooth lock side with just style 55 engraved in the lock bar cutout. And next up we've got Custom Knife Factory Tashibarusha Design Justice 2.0 for an incredible example of truly fantastic milling going on. I mean, guys, look at this. The milling over here is so intricate and finely done. Look at this honeycomb kind of thing. And this reminds me like the Renault, the car maker logo. And you have the same thing going on in the back. But you also have, look at this, kind of like the pocket clip kind of like disappearing. You see? Because it's following absolutely the pattern that it's underneath the pocket clip. Really, really cool. And this is done on an integral knife. This handle is integral, just one solid chunk of titanium. Really, really nicely done, guys. And of course, dovetail stainless steel lock face insert. But these angles here, it's look at the milling for the lanyard hole, and of course these pockets perfectly done for the zirc bolsters, let's say. I mean, these are inlays, but really, really cool approach. And then next up we've got the Shirogorov Custom Division F5 Silk Slim. So this looks like really simple, okay, at first, but as if you zoom in and if you notice the fine pattern that is going on over here, and this, by the way, it's a 3D milled surface, it's not flat, and this pinstripe pattern is so beautiful. Also, you see it replicated in the back of the knife on the lock side. It's simple, yes, but it's so finely done, and these areas are flat. There's no milling lines, but also there's like this next. There's another step over here. Of course, you have 3D milled titanium backspacer, blue anodized, with some integrated lanyard hole going on. But the fineness of the milling on this guy is fantastic. And very similar approach you got here. Also Shirogorov Custom Division. This is the F95 Antique, and you can appreciate that this is crazily beautifully done. I really love it. Look at this. Every line has an opposite pattern. Like, for example, you see, like here it starts really fine and then just slowly opens up, and right here is going to be the opposite. So starts fine here to open up and have more distance between these lines right over here to create this nice contrast, a nice light reflection that you can achieve with this beautiful kind of milling. So these are fantastic knives, all of them with some crazy cool pattern in the milled out in their handles, and it's something really cool and distinctive of each maker. You know, which pattern they're gonna choose and which is gonna be more appealing to you. So that's a very cool selling point based on the look, and of course it's gonna add some texture to the knife, but mostly for look. And I think these guys, they pretty killed it. So there you have it. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please don't forget to subscribe, and thanks for watching. Stay tuned.